Hey guys, and welcome back to the Jedi Knight storyline walkthrough, and now we are starting up the rescue, and our mission objective is to find Watcher 1. If you look on your map, you can see that he's all the way over here to the west, or excuse me, the east, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head down to the speeder point, because if I'm right, I believe there's a speeder point that takes us almost directly to that point. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit my quick travel. You'll notice I'm outside the instance gate. That is because I did run to my house really quick. I vendored out some trash. I upgraded a few pieces of gear that I had waiting for me. So, you know, just one of those things where, you know, it's not a bad idea to resupply when you know you have some items waiting for you to make you a little more powerful. Do I need them? Probably not. I'm pretty much tearing it up without having to worry too much about what gear level I'm having, and I'm not concentrating. I meant to click on the speeder point for that. Whoops. But yeah, it's like I crafted all these upgrades to use. Might as well use them.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
Alright, so we'll take that one. So we'll probably have to drive straight north, probably about this line. So, little note about upgrades. First off, your gear does make a pretty decent difference in this game. So I do recommend that you upgrade regularly. You don't have to upgrade everything all at once. I do it in fits and starts. The gear that I have for the 7 pieces of armor, that I actually bought like 2 summers ago, and so all the mods there that are in those, their level got adjusted when 4.0 came out. So they're kind of at weird levels as opposed to the stuff that I craft. So the armor I have, I replaced it at level 12, but then all the earpieces and, you know, implants and stuff was crafted for level 16. So I'm kind of going like every 4 levels or so, I'm upgrading something. It actually kind of works out kind of nice, because then I don't have to take a whole lot of time. What I just upgraded this time was my lightsaber, my offhand, my relics, my earpieces, my earpiece, and my implants. So those all just got a nice little boost. Also at level 18, I picked up Force Kick, which is very nice. Very glad to have that. That is my premier interrupt ability. And that was about it for this one. And there was also a passive skill that came up. I'm not sure why there was a passive in that menu, but there was, so there it was. Alright, so I'm coming up here, and I'm looking like I'm going to head into that gigantic pipe-looking thing. And what we're looking to do is get this tunnel. If you are going for datacrons, there is one inside of this tunnel. But I'm not going to go after it today. It's one I already have. But I just want you to know, it's like, hey, like I mentioned in the last video, it's kind of fun to go after them, especially while you're on that way. You know, save you a second trip. And datacrons are legacy bound. 1 second. Sorry about that. Datacrons are legacy bound. You know, and so the cool thing is, if I get them on this character, every character I make on this server gets the benefit of me having found that datacron. So, you know, of all the things you can be doing to buff up your characters, that's definitely one that's pretty nice. You know, I'm a very big believer in legacy gear. You know, buy something once, wear it on all your tunes forever, sort of thing. That saves a ton of money and lets you invest, you know, your combinations and resources. And datacron, anything that affects all your characters, I feel, is always a smart purchase. Same thing with, say, unlocking sets of armor in the cartel market. That pays off in big dividends later, too. Because, I mean, what's this game about? Looking cool. And the thing about cartel market is a lot of the standard gear in this game does not look all that great. The cartel market does have a lot of specially designed pieces. And the great thing about that is that, you know, you might mix and match a bunch of different sets and find some look that is totally uniquely you. And that's important in this game. You know, it is an MMORPG. It's a role-playing game. You know, you should like how your character is represented in conversations, look. One of the examples for me is I love the like the almost emissive white eyes on my character. That's a special option. Same thing with the blue hair. Blue happens to be one of my favorite colors, and so I actually match his hair to, you know, to the gear that he's wearing. and that makes an overall look. And then I do the same thing with Kira. She kind of has, you know, brownish red hair, and I just love having kind of like a red and blue color combination for these two. But you know, sometimes people really like more of a canon style. So, you know, Jedi robes. And, you know, the cool thing about your companions in the vanilla part of the game is you can actually click on their tab and put any sort of outfit on them that you want. And so if you want to be in a very canon style, you know, Jedi-looking robe, set, and outfit, totally go for it, man. It's absolutely. If you want to be, you know, a Cyber Knight, where you're wearing heavy armor and, you know, you look like you're, you know, a knight of the future, go for it, man. You know, so, you know, these options are all available to you in this game, and yeah, just have fun with it.
Lord Angle,
All right,
my
here's Watcher
interrogation is complete. Transmitting my report
Dr.
to you
Angle,
now.
we met him at the end of
Your
Coruscant.
efficiency will be noted. Take Dr. Godera to Droman Kars. I have plans for him.
You never mentioned you were working for Angrel.
What is this?
For our viewers
Explain
tuning in this
yourself,
program,
Watcher.
we killed
To
Angrel's
ensure
son
mission
in
success,
Coruscant.
I compromised
So
with the
he's
Jedi.
kinda got a vendetta
He's here
against
for
us
the Doctor.
personally.
You compromised with the Jedi vermin who killed my son. Perhaps I should be grateful. You spared me the effort of hunting you down.
Stop throwing your lackeys at me. If you want to end this, do it in person.
Watcher, bring me this filth alive. I will kill him myself.
Respectfully, my lord, I'm duty-bound to honor our bargain.
Don't trifle with me. I want that Jedi.
Very well, Lord Angle.
Yeah, you don't try
I
saying no to
apologize for
the Sith.
reneging on our deal, but I have orders. You understand? I recommend you surrender.
Despite your rank, you're still just a slave to the Sith.
Being a good servant does not make one a slave. I'd think a Jedi would
The
understand
one cool
that.
thing that Watcher
This
One
is not
does
the
say, he
ending
may
I
be
would have
skeezy,
chosen.
but he does have his own sense of honor. I already used my system. I think Kira's gonna just finish this guy off. Yeah, gosh. Oh, lamest fight ever. I stay there stunned while my Padawan takes him out.
Again, Darth Angrel underestimates you.
Oh, and
20
underestimates
years,
Kira,
I've
apparently.
avoided becoming a casualty of Sith madness. But
I was
an
standing there
order
looking woozy
is
like a
an
Street
order.
Fighter in Street Fighter 2.
Obligations are what shape our lives.
We're not so different. For some reason, that's a comfort. Regardless, you are the victor here. How do you wish to proceed?
I'll hand you over to the Republic military.
In
You'll
no
be
way
a prisoner
he
of war.
walks. I'm sorry, guys.
My loyalties forbid that, but you've been a worthy adversary. I won't ask you to tarnish yourself by killing me.
So he commits suicide.
Farewell, Jedi.
In the end, Watcher 1 wasn't really that bad. Or, well, it's kind of an interesting story. The Sith just have some of the most unique viewpoints in this game.
Dr. Godera,
Gotta
are you
play
all
as an
right?
agent, guys. I'm telling you.
I'm a Jedi Knight
It's
sent by General
full
Bar-Suthra to
of
rescue
just
you.
craziness like that.
Bar-Suthra?
Awesome.
That old man never gives
Jedi
up,
Knight
does he?
storyline's very standard. It's very good versus evil.
The Imperials
you know,
gave me a
you're
Class
definitely
4
the good
truth
guy.
serum.
It's actually kind of
Don't
hard to
remember
play
the
the Jedi Knight
interrogation,
as a Sith.
but
It
I
doesn't
fear
feel
they
like it
learned
makes
too
as much
much.
sense. Not as a Sith. I mean as a dark side character. You can, but you don't feel quite as like.
I suppose you
connected
plan
the
to take me
story.
back to Coruscant?
You know,
I left
it's definitely
for
like
good
the
reason,
good
you know.
guy versus everybody else storyline.
I'd like to hear it.
The Republic doomed itself when we signed that blasted treaty. The Sith Empire only sought a strategic pause in the fighting. Time to gather strength for a final crushing blow. The Senate ignored my projections. I refused to serve such monumental ignorance.
A government founded on freedom of choice is going to make mistakes, but it can also correct them.
I hope the fools who were in power when I left have been voted out of office. If it hasn't started already, all-out war is imminent. I'm ready to face what's coming. Perhaps it is time I returned. Finish the war and wipe out the Empire for good.
The droid Remo makes a whole lot more sense when you finally meet Dr. Godera. Alright, we're almost there. We're gonna meet Dr. Godera at my ship. Now, this is code, guys. I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. When it says meet Godera at your ship, this is not a good chance to like warp to your house or to the fleet and then exit to your ship. not going to work. That is actually going to break the quest a little bit until you get to the right spot. What it's asking us to do is to go back here to the Taris spaceport, which is at Olaris, and from there drive through the instance gate, walking up to your ship. Okay, it's a subtle difference. You know, you think, oh, all I need to do is go to my ship. Not so much. You know, the next part of this quest is in a very specific place, and you're gonna have to walk through a very specific door to make that happen. Usually because there's like another little cutscene there. So when we were on Ord Mantell and we had to do this, we ran into Kira Carsen, who was being held hostage at that moment. Sometimes I think like in the Bounty Hunter storyline, you know, that's where one of your companions is waiting to be picked up. Little things like that. There's also sometimes ambushes, you know, for particular storylines, etc. So just gotta be aware that sometimes you can't do the fast way, you gotta do it the right way. Okay, yep.
I told you, Agent, this Jedi never fails.
That's right. But that's because
My
I'm
team came to
overpowered as
assist
hell.
you. We discovered the outpost was destroyed and assumed the worst. Can you tell us what happened? We have unconfirmed reports the Imperial Spymaster Watcher 1 is on Taris.
By the way, Agent Fokest there, he's a Cathar race. You can actually play as those if you want to in the game. That's an unlockable species.
The Spymaster was working for Darth Angral. I dealt with Watcher 1, but the Empire knows too much about us.
The Empire's spy network will suffer without Watcher 1's guidance. That buys us time.
Dr. Godera, you're looking well, all things considered. Ready to come home?
Depends. Are you ready to do what's right?
I always was, and our time has finally come.
These two are kind of
Agent, bring
warhawks,
Dr. Godera to
man.
Coruscant
They're all
immediately.
about defeating the
You'll be
Empire,
needing his skills.
building up scientific
Contact me
weapons
from your
of
ship.
mass destruction.
Our Suthra out.
Then this is goodbye. You saved my life. I
I like
owe
how
you.
Dr. Godera even has like that purplish, you know, Sith-looking paleness and veininess to his face.
I'd never have found you without your droid. The Imperials destroyed it, but I salvaged the memory core.
Glitch.
Ah,
Looks like Kira
Remo,
Carsen just disappeared
one of
from
my
behind me.
favorites. Thank you for salvaging his parts. Yes, I look forward to putting him back together.
This time, give him a body that isn't so fragile.
Excellent suggestion. He'd make a fine security droid. Working on Remo will make the long flight to Coruscant more bearable. Goodbye for now. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Ah, Kira Carsen. Alright, use your ship's silo terminal. From here, all I gotta do is head over to my ship, which is on the, inside the next room of the hangar. Kind of taking that view. That is your ship, ladies and gentlemen, if you're playing through the Jedi Knight story with me. That's kind of cool. There's something awesome about being inside that ship and knowing this is my ship, my area. Each ship is a little different. I like the Defender, but my favorite has to be the Imperial Agent one. I mean, the Phantom is just unbelievably good looking. Although, if I had to pick a second one, it would probably be the XS Freighter, which is the gunslinger and smuggler ship. It is just, it takes you right back to the Millennium Falcon. You know, that's a really great feeling too. All right, let's talk on this council, and that should wrap up this quest. So right before I do this, guys, just so you know, now that we are done on Taris, the next place we're going to be going to is Nar Shaddaa. So I'm actually going to put that baby up here on my quest log here so I don't forget. And
General,
finish up this cutscene.
Dr. Godera is on his way to you.
I can only imagine what the Empire would have done with him if you hadn't been there. I'm also told you saved a Republic settlement from a Sith assassin. Those colonists were lucky you showed up. How did you wind up there anyway?
The Imperial Spymaster warned me what the Sith was planning.
Division in the enemy ranks? Interesting. Let's hope there's more to come. Your work here may be done, but this isn't over.
Alright guys, that is it. The rescue is done, Taris has been completed, and we are now moving on to Nar Shaddaa in the next video, guys. So, I hope you enjoyed this video series. I hope you guys are finding this helpful. Please like my channel and subscribe if you are enjoying these. And if you guys have any questions about leveling up, the Jedi Knight storyline, rotations up to this point, Anything you've got, go ahead and put it in the comment areas below, and I'll go ahead and answer those questions for you. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.